Well, we've made it to our destination. This hike took us over 22 miles, and I've got to say, it was worth every mile of it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now with a nice rounded filbert brush, we want to cut our canvas into thirds. So I'm going to draw a line. Everything on the side will act to frame this main area, and you'll see as I build up the composition that this becomes very important. So we're going to go ahead and start sketching on the middle ground and the foreground, and then just place the background mountains in. And we're looking down on the water. So the water will not appear straight. It will actually have a little bit of a curve to it. I absolutely love sketching this way. Working wet on wet with these sketches and pushing them around frees up the artist, and you'll see that you don't have to worry about following a line and then being stuck with it. So along with my sketch, I'm painting in the shadows. The highlight colors will be my base coat for my canvas. Right now we're getting a wonderful shadow across our mountain, and constantly as the composition changes because of the light changes, I'm going to put little footnotes on my canvas. Okay, make sure you get your nice basin and your dark colors. Spend some time making sure that your sketch is absolutely correct. And now let's go ahead and get the base of this tree in, since right now the light is so beautiful on it. And I'm going to wipe off a little bit of that highlight on that rock. It's so spectacular. Well, I'm just about done with my sketch, and the light's coming out and everything is getting perfect to start painting. Now there's been some fires in this area, so the entire scene is affected with a little misting of smoke. So this painting will be a variation of gray tones. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this gray to the gray of this mountain to make sure that my gray values are correct. So what I want to do is get a feeling that both these are in the same atmosphere, but that this mountain is closer than this one. And there's a lot of gray in my tone from my sketch, and I'm just mixing this color into that color. Variations of the same color. Now this peak here, same thing applies. Lay it in a mass, and then this whole shadow of the mountain falls on across the other shadow. Now I've introduced a little bit of white to my burnt sienna ultramarine blue. Just start painting in some of the highlights. The highlights are on the left side of the tree. Blend a little into the wet paint underneath. This is a wet on wet technique. This method is called alla prima. While I have this fan brush, I can very quickly lay in a little bit of the meadow. And then in the front we have a little bit more foliage. This has a little bit more yellow to it, so it stands out. To a smaller brush and start putting in the little twigs.